So a number of people have been asking me how much fuel does this Jzx100, this Mark II, use. To me, it's a concern now because I intend to drive it to Bulawayo soon. So I actually don't know how much fuel this car uses. Also, I noticed that, which is a big concern, I noticed that the last time I put the tank to about half tank, and then I drove to some event which was happening on 2nd Street Extension. It's like 10 kilometers away from where I stay, maybe 10-15 kilometers. So the story is, when I came back, the gauge was now at quarter tank, and that is really worrying because that's a lot of fuel. Of course, I know that I was pressing it very hard. I even did a burnout. Yeah, I know that. But still, that is a lot of fuel. Even when I go for the track events, I use quite a bit of fuel. So today I'm going to drive it to, I've got a favorite spot in Zimbabwe, which is somewhere in between Harare and Mutare. I'm going to drive there. I think it's about 140 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken, 140, 110 kilometers. I want to see, I'm going to fill the tank and I'm going to see how much fuel it uses. Now, one thing I want to say, guys, is there's a guy who built this car. If you guys know this guy, tie it on a brick, write it on a piece of paper, tie it on a brick and throw it through my window. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Just contact me through our channels, either on this channel or on Facebook. I want to get in touch with this guy. I really want to get in touch with this guy. It's really nice to see people building stuff like this, and I really want to connect with him. So if you know him, just give me his details. I want to talk to him. Thank you. So yeah, let's fill this car up and let's see. Let's fill it up and let's go for the drive. So I really like dragging the gear like that because it makes a very epic sound, dramatic sound. Listen to it one more. I'm gonna try to wake up my neighbors. Jzx100's make amazing sounds, always. So I'm going to reset fuel, reset the mileage, open the tank. Vura, just open. Oh, good. No, I'm just going for a drive. Yeah. Full tank. Dave, what do you say? Thank you. I wonder what Tito's are cheap. You know, I've never filled this. Huh? Yeah, thank you. Bye. Thank you. So one thing that you're going to notice about it, I just made a pull there, and yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it. It's just my first impression. If I press it hard, it seems as if yeah, it shows fuel. But the story is, I think this is because when I got it, I'm suspecting the people who had the car before me, they played around with the injector so that they put more fuel. They thought the reason why it was cutting, because it was cutting when we got it, they actually thought it had a problem with the fuel pump. So it wasn't a problem with the fuel pump, but it was a problem of boost cuts. So what would happen is some pipes were not tightened correctly, so then it would make boost cuts, and it would just stall as you're driving. So when you fix that, that seemed to fix the problem. But I knew that they played around with the injector, so I think they put like 15 to about 20% more fuel than they should. That's what I think. And that's probably the reason why this car seems like it shows a lot of fuel when I put the foot down. But yeah, I intend to drive it. I mean, it's gonna be steady state driving all the way to halfway house, and a little bit of if I get to I don't know if I'm going to be able to resist, but yeah, we will see. But I would be very much impressed if I'm able to do like 300 kilometers on a full tank. Anyway, let's find out how much fuel it is, how much fuel it was to fill that. So it was on quarter, and how much is this? What, 47 liters?
Yeah, 47.
So which means the full tank is about what? About what? How about it's about 15 plus 47, that's about 60 liters. I see food, I see. Okay, let me pay. Go back. Let me pay.
What a guzzler.
So I just got into Marondera. So far so good. The tank is still at F, somewhere around F-ish. So seems so good so far. I was expecting that it should be somewhere below the quarter tank. I wasn't driving like a crazy person, so maybe that's why when I drive like a crazy person, maybe that's what causes the fuel needle to drop so fast. Just went below F by just doing that. Yeah, so it doesn't like it. So this is the place I was talking about. This is my favorite place because they serve nice food. They serve the best burgers in Zimbabwe. That's my opinion. And every time that I'm passing to Mutare, I always pass by here. Sometimes I even try to pass here by morning so that I have my breakfast here. That's how much I like this place. So a total of 125 kilometers is what I've made, and I've done a quarter. I think about a quarter tank. So far so good. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I guess if you're driving, steady state driving, the fuel consumption would be good. And just when you're driving like a crazy person, like when you're doing drags and when you're doing some burnouts, I guess that's where you find yourself having some issues. So this is the place that I am at, and the Mamba is looking good. It's looking good. I'm sure you agree with me. I'm just gonna do a tour for you just to look at this place, and so that you see why I actually like this place. looks like lunch is served. Some coffee. I don't know if they're still making the same burgers from last time, because the reason why I like their burgers was because they don't put bigger patties. They actually put real meat, like real beef. I don't know how they do it, but farm style, that's what they do. Because I hear this place is actually a farm. Yeah, it is a farm. So actually that's why, like, even my chips out, they don't do frozen chips. Yeah, it's different from what you are used to having in Harare. Yeah, totally different. This is a potato. Rabdam ground. So another thing I like about the shop, every time you get in, they always have got funny stuff. So look at what they're selling. Dried fruits. This is dried pineapple. This is dried mango. I hope this won't send me to the toilet. my missus always warns me about trying food that I've never, because the last time I did it, it didn't end so well. But anyways, that's how you find awesome stuff. So it's what, 3 o'clock, isn't it? It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. I've got I think I've got one headlight that is got an issue, so I want to try to make it to Harare sooner. I already know that I've done a quarter, so I think with half tank we should go back, no problem. By a half tank, not with the half tank. By a half tank we should be in Harare. Okay. done what, 247 kilometers, and this is just at about half. The needle is just at about half tank. So I think the range of this thing is possible to actually do 500 kilometers on a full tank, which is not so bad. I mean, that's to compare to what I was expecting, because I actually thought the full tank can't even do 300. Maybe because each time that I'm driving this car, I'm driving it really hard. You know, I don't drive it every day, but that time when I drive it hard, it uses a lot of fuel. So I guess it makes a lot of sense when you're on the highway. It should do better fuel consumption. I actually preferred the Alteza compared to this one because I felt like this one chose fuel, but maybe because I drive it hard, my foot is always heavy when I'm driving this car. So anyways, I'm about to fill up. I'm actually at engine service station. I'm about to fill up, and then we gauge the exact fuel consumption on this car. That should be interesting. My consumption I am a 7 in Mutka. 1:7. You go somewhere there. It would be very good if it did 1:7. Actually, 1:7 you go somewhere there. But I would say it is Yandi Shamisai. Yaguzara much. Yazara. Wait, I should get back. I round it. So it's about 36 liters. 36 liters, and you do the math. So I just did the math. That's the fuel consumption. Every liter of every liter of petrol we're doing 6.8 kilometers, and this is highway driving. So it explains. I probably when I'm driving around town, it's probably doing
5 or 4,
maybe 5. I think maybe that's why when I drive, especially when I always come back and complain that this thing it's showing. But one thing that would happen when you're on the highway, it was popping and banging, like this car is untuned. This is a factory ECU. It pops so much. Actually, I think if people who have heard it know it. It pops so much as if there's a crackle tune or something. There is no tune whatsoever on this thing. And like I said, I suspect that the previous owners of this car, they played around with the injectors thinking maybe it's got fueling issues when it didn't. And maybe this car is putting 15 to like 20% or 25% more fuel than it should. That's why it pops so much. That's why it backfires a lot. And it was doing that so much that I could, as if it was just going to, I could feel the explosions underneath there. Huh?
Crazy explosions.
Yeah, crazy explosion. So yeah, that is the fuel consumption. I enjoyed driving this car. First time I've sent it there. The last time I tried to do that, I didn't make it actually. So yeah, that's that. And thank you very much for watching.